Hello, dear friends. So, this is the topic of editorial from the Hindu, and today's date is 21st March 2026. So, the topic is about the India's Iran stance does fuel a foreign policy debate. Okay, so a debate by Chinnamaya R. Gary Khan. Okay, is the author of this article. So, a debate for the most part civilized is going on in India about foreign policy. Okay, there is an important debate which is going about the foreign policy and the provocation for the debate, the ongoing Israel American war on Iran, and now is it the third week where India responds to it. Okay, it's the third week where this war is going and how India's response to it. I belong to the tribe of professional diplomats. We considered ourselves expert with special skills to prolonged on foreign policy, and that is issue. It is true that we are trained to read between the lines and the research whatever issues occupies the attention of the national community at a given time. However, it is not as if we born in a particular gift of foreign policy. The gift of expertise is cultivated over the period of time. Almost anybody can handle foreign policy with experience and exposure to the issue. Everyone has opinion on foreign policy, and it would not be corrected to dismiss those opinions as ill-informed or irrelevant. Okay, so the author is giving the ideas and their opinion that everyone knows that India is truly dependent on the okay, foreign products or in imports, and due to this, a lot of crisis is happening in India, like lack of there is shortage of LPGs. Okay, so everyone has opinion on foreign policy, but it would not be correct or dismissed. Okay, so those opinions as ill-informed or irrelevant. So we don't say that those opinions are irrelevant. Every opinions are important. Okay, so the two sides the debate is argued who generally support the government's stand on the war, which began on February 28, and those who criticize it as a weak need or surrender to the American or as hostile to Iran, a close and civilization friend, which this says that the Iran supreme leader, whose name is given here, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has come in the war for particular criticism. Two sides that is written here. Okay, so the main foreign policy instrument in the hand of government to protect the promoter, the country's interest and national interest. It follows that it is within the province, the government of India to define what the national interests are and how to protect them. Some interests are sui generis, such as defending the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the country. For a country such as India, the improvement in the standard of living as citizens is extremely important objective. Okay, so there is in this topic the mainly topic where the author gives the idea that India's standard of living, India's people have to change. Okay, there is need of improvements. So it had been tried. So it in a highly globalized and interdependent world, this task imposes on government and the duty to charter its policy with deliberation and calculation. So the government led by one party may take one position, whereas a government led by another party may take another position. Okay, so from the Congress-led government under Manmohan Singh, and he decided to obtain the nuclear deal with with America was in India's interest, whereas the Bharatiya Janata Party, okay, which opposed the deal, means Congress leader who is interested. with the deal with America and the deal of nuclear, okay, which is written here, nuclear deal. They are interested, but this time BJP opposed that deal. Once in power, it went beyond and what even the previous government had not agreed. It absolved the supplier of nuclear reactor from any liability. Okay, so for accident or defect in the reactors, foreign policy often has but should not be influenced by ideological orientation of the ruling party. So if it is there strictly to the objective of promoting national interests, it cannot afford to be too concerned about the principles of right and wrong. So at time, particular position might often our sense of justice or morality, but the government of they are just delaying this decision even if it were not popular. Okay. Sometimes government, the people of India know what is good for them and what is bad for them, and they are fully able to criticize them if they know the decision that government took for them is not good. Okay, they fully criticize them. Okay, labels and policies. What are the labels? Okay, and here the applications of a strategic autonomy. So labels, which is discussed under it, so intellectual energy spent on given levels of foreign policy. Another one is about the fashion and strategic autonomy. Why not independent? Is it independence more precious than autonomy? P.V. Narasimha Rao used to say that the Kashmiris can have as much autonomy as they want, but not independence in any case. Why give any label in all? How many countries have adjectives to their foreign policy? If a name has to be given, just call it independent. Okay. So mainly the author is trying to glorify the words of P.V. Narasimha Rao and the autonomy, the power that he is spoken about. So the best decision of foreign policy was given by Jawaharlal Nehru in letter to Einstein later. Einstein written a few weeks before India's independence, foreign policy. Nehru wrote, essentially, is selfish. The only principle it follows is the principle of national interest. So the Narendra Modi government is essentially following Nehru's foreign policy, and this that is selfish foreign policy. Its mainly approach to the Iran war seems to be based on cold calculations that India has too much at stake with America and Gulf states. Okay, so America is India's third largest trading partner, and India needs its support for state of the art. So the technology especially which is said here is about the defense abilities. As for the Gulf countries, nearly 10 million, and India means Indians are working. Their welfare is overriding concern. They said hundred of billion of dollar worth of remittance back home. Collectively, the Gulf countries are the most valuable source for India's energy needs. Okay, so that's enough for this article, and it mainly shows the strategic inner autonomy inside it. So the main question that they ask is that the visit to Israel, its timing more than the visit per se. It was evident from watching his address to the Israel's net that he was deeply moved by the warm reception that was accorded to him by its members. His visit was demonstration of the ideological affinity that he felt with Israel and more so with its PM. So that Israel and US were going to attack Iran any day was known to all those following such matters. The timing of the visit was unfortunate. Okay, and let the debate continues between them. So this is the article, and thank you for watching.